Hi.
Hi, Amy.
Hello. Nice to visually meet you.
Yeah, well, I'm David from M.A.A.C.cinema.com. And, we got here today the star of Accident Man and Lady Bloodfight, Amy Johnston. Nice,
Hi.
awesome to find.
Thanks so much for having me. Yes. Yes. I've read of a lot of articles on the website. Big fan. So I'm happy to be chatting with you.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, first and foremost, we do. Can you tell us a bit about your martial arts background and, how you got your start as, one of the best stunt women in the business today?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I grew up doing martial arts. My father was a five-time world kickboxing champion, and he owned a martial arts school in a little town called Gillette, Wyoming.
Mhm.
And there wasn't much to do besides like train martial arts all the time. So my brother and I, along with my mom and my dad, were always training martial arts. And my dad was teaching fighters, and that was very much my life. Is just always being at the martial arts school and watching martial arts films and like all the Hong Kong cinema and even films like I don't know Kung Pao, things like that. Like my whole life was just martial arts. And he taught a style called the progressive system, which is a blend of different things such as Kempo, karate, kickboxing, jujitsu, kung fu, arnis, silat, and different things like that that are kind of blended into one form. And then beyond that, once I came out to Los Angeles, I've dabbled in, I don't know, more pretty things for camera, such as like wushu and like more tricking and XMA things, JKD, just kind of dabble wherever I can.
Awesome. So when you make the transition from stunt woman to being the leading lady in a film, how did that process come about? And was being an actress in front of the camera always been your goal?
Yeah, I always wanted to do both. I wanted to, be like the Cynthia Rothrock, the Michelle Yeoh, the Angela Mao, all those badass ladies, and or Jackie Chan. And there's a lot of males that I look up to, but I wanted to see more females doing it, and so I wanted to do the action and the acting at the same time. And I'm still doing both. I still stunt double actresses, and I still act in my own films because I enjoy both. I really do. And so it's always been problematic to do both of them at the same time, honestly, because, most people just want to put you in a box. It's easier for humans to understand each other when you're just one thing. And being an actress and a stunt double has been really difficult to
Right.
like market myself as because the stunt performer industry doesn't want me to be an actor. And and to be taken seriously as an actor, producers don't want to think that you're a stunt double. So it's like this thing that I've tread for a long time, and I find my way through it, but it's very difficult. I always wanted to do both, and I always consistently have been doing both. So it was just kind of like finding the balance really throughout my career.
Mm. And I gotta say, you're great at both. So.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's really fun. They balance each other nicely.
Mhm. And I think you answered this question briefly already. I was going to ask you, like, who were some of the people that inspired you to pursue being an action star?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my dad definitely, and my brother and my family, because we would do like, we'd recreate fight scenes and do all that. But that was inspired from obviously Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and Jet
Mhm.
Li and Donnie Yen and all the women that I mentioned. Um, Most specifically Michelle Yeoh and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I always tell that same thing to everyone. It's just like Michelle Yeoh really, she did it for me in that film.
Mhm. So would you say that's one of your favorite martial arts film?
Yeah, I would say that's one of my favorite martial arts films. It's a really good film in general. And then beyond that, I would say probably like The Matrix, if you call that a martial arts film,
Mhm.
because it was just like groundbreaking for its time. And I think still holds.
Cool, cool. So you
Yeah.
started so you started in a Lady Blood fight. Well, was that film inspired by Bloodsport by any chance?
Yeah. Yes,
It
100%. It was actually going to be called Lady Bloodsport initially. Like I signed on with it being that name.
Okay.
Um and like if you've watched the film, my father, gets lost in the Kumite. I never find him. And that was supposed to be like an ode to, Van Damme. So it was very much inspired by Bloodsport, but we obviously couldn't get away with the using the title Bloodsport.
All right, cool, cool. So, as far as pop culture is concerned, you've pretty much covered the whole spectrum. I mean, you've worked with Marvel, you've worked with DC, you've done Dragon Ball Z stuff, and even like Street Fighter.
Yeah.
But I personally love your portrayal of Harley Quinn from the Superpower
Oh,
Beatdown with
yay.
Batman's son. It's awesome. I mean, it's one of the most comic accurate portrayal I've seen as Harley Quinn. So. Um,
Oh, that makes me so happy. Thank you. She's
yeah.
like the funnest character to play, obviously. So
So I
yeah.
was going to ask you, like, from all these projects that you work with Marvel and DC and all these pop culture stuff, what would you say was your personal favorite to work on?
As far as pop culture stuff,
Hmm.
mm, I mean, I liked portraying Harley. That was um even in comparison to like some of the bigger films and things. And I like doing motion capture for video games.
Hmm.
Like I've worked with Marvel and DC on some video games and such. I've played like I've done just a lot of motion captures, so many different superheroes. I really like being a superhero in motion capture. But I would say like I still love Harley.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
And did you stunt double for Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow too, or
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah. I was one of the stunt doubles for Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow in Captain America Winter Soldier. So
Hmm.
it was me and Heidi Moneymaker because there's usually two units on a film, and so they'll have like so they can use a stunt double on both units. And yeah, that was a cool experience. That was one of my first big like stunt doubling runs where I was on the project for like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah, great, great. Like speaking of all these pop culture stuff, I mean, when the Mortal Kombat movie was greenlit, fans and in the martial arts, cinema world was thinking Amy's the is this the perfect choice for Sonya, but that
Oh man.
yeah, yeah.
I know. Yeah. There's always little things that like get me close to that. Like sometimes it gets really close to like having exactly what I want or things that you guys have brought up, like specifically that for Mortal Kombat. Things get close, but it's just so many things need to happen for it to be perfect and for it to happen. So, there's still time. But I do a lot of video game motion capture for Mortal Kombat video games as well.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
So you worked with the great Scott Adkins
Yeah.
on Accident Man. So can you tell us a bit about your experience on that film with him?
The great Scott Adkins. Yeah, I mean, he's awesome. I was following him for a long time before I worked with him because he's like, there's not many like true action stars today. And it's kind of own little genre these days. And I've been following his work for a long time, ever since he did like some cool kicking videos back in his like stunt days
Hmm.
years ago. I was following him. So getting to work with him was pretty phenomenal. Getting to see any master in work is cool. He was producing the film as well, and I know he had helped write it, so he was very much invested, and he was wearing a lot of hats the day that I worked with him. But he was a great dance partner, good actor. I think that role is really nice for him, and we had a lot of fun. We're hoping to do some more stuff together in the future.
Oh, I can't wait because
Yeah.
your fight with Scott in that film, I think, was the highlight for me in that.
Aw.
It's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, we want to do a lot more. We were happy with it, but like, we could only shoot certain angles because
Mhm.
of the lighting for the day and certain things had happened. And so like there's more that we want to do. So we kind of want to do a lot more fighting together. But it was cool.
That's great. So the sequel came out last week. Did you had a chance to check it out yet?
I did. Did you see it yet?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was so good. I was like, always the colorful characters. I really like the camera work in this film. And one of the best fight scenes was with Andy at the end.
Right.
Holy cow, so
It,
good.
it's
Yeah,
it was mind blowing. It was mind
so
blowing.
good. Did you like
Yeah,
the film?
yeah. It's awesome. I mean, it's such a great combination of action and comedy that
Yeah,
we don't get a lot of these days as far as the action, like no CGI stuff.
Right,
it's all
right.
them.
Audiences are so like saturated with CGI. So when you get a good piece of action without that, I think audiences can feel that. And I agree, we need more action comedy.
Right.
100%.
And when you said the thing about the camera, yeah, I definitely agree with you there too. Like the camera work in that film, like as far as the fight scenes is concerned, is
Yeah,
so great.
it was nice. It would like flowed really well with the
Mhm.
movements. You can tell that it was like choreographed with the camera, like I didn't know of the directors prior, but um I definitely like what they did with this film. They seem to be brothers or something.
Yeah, it's the Kirby brothers.
Kirby brothers. Yeah, yeah, they did a great job.
Hmm. Yeah.
Great job.
And I gotta give a shout out to your excellent a short film, The Gate, that you did with I don't want to butcher his name. It's
Ch Ketchup.
Cecep.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's that short film is amazing, and I've been waiting for if they're gonna make a movie out of that. So
Me too.
so is there any progress with that as far as trying to get that made into a film?
Um, I don't know. These things take so much time. It's so frustrating. I just have to disconnect my heart to all of these projects because, like, I've waited so long for certain things. It just takes time to find the right home for films, and so many little pieces need to come together to make it happen. So I know, the director and creator Kelly Madison is still pitching it, and there are certain offers here and there, but I'm not sure exactly what process it's in. But I as well would love to have it be a feature or a series. Like there's so much we could do with that. So
Mhm.
thanks for watching that.
No,
Yeah,
I'm crossing my our fingers here. I mean, it's
I I appreciate that.
yeah, it's so good. But I
Oh,
mean, since that's not, we're waiting on that, but is there any other, upcoming projects that you have in the pipelines that you'd like to share with us?
yeah. So I mean, I'm always working. I don't really have days off, but I am constantly doing like motion capture for video games and acting for video games. So there's a lot of video games that are coming up. I usually am in most Sony projects. I definitely kind of live at Sony
Mhm.
motion capture stage.
Yeah.
And beyond that, I have been stunt doubling J-Lo in a few of her films. So
Wow.
her film called The Mother is coming out next year. And then I'm stunt doubling her right now in a film called Atlas. And then I have a film and I was one of the leads in called Day Labor,
Okay.
which is should be very good. I'm very excited to see that. It should come out like at the end of November. And then I did one of my films called Paloma's Flight came out on Prime Video like last month. It's not a full film. It's like 50 minutes, but yeah, and beyond that, I'm always trying to like find time to create my own stuff and get back on all my things that I've been trying to create and get done and pitch. And so hopefully lots of good, exciting news soon.
Sweet, sweet. Sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any chance of another superhero beatdown with Harley Quinn again?
Yeah. You know what? She might come back around. There's some things.
All
So
right.
we'll see. We'll
That's
see. We'll see.
awesome. But yeah, before we let you go, we do want to mention that you will be appearing next month at the Urban Action Showcase convention in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us a bit about what fans can expect from that event?
Yeah, so I've actually never been there, so I am not exactly sure what to expect myself. I just know that it's going to be really fun. I've watched videos from the past. It looks like, we all get together and we get to meet each other, and there's like fan events, and there's some cool 3D camera thing we get to play with, and there's like seminars and panels, and probably many other things that I don't know of yet, but I know it has been running for a long time and it's been successful. And it's in New York, like one of the best places in the world. So it sounds really exciting and I'm looking forward to it. And I hope to meet like as many people as possible. I never really get to meet any people that have watched my stuff. So this is a good time to hopefully meet some of them.
Cool. So, everyone that's watching right now, if you want to meet Amy, we're going to have a link underneath to get tickets. You can meet Amy at the Urban Action Showcase in New York next month. So
Yay, yay.
yeah.
Love it. I'm excited.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, Amy, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. And we love all your stuff, and we cannot wait to see your future projects.
Thank you so much. And I keep looking like back behind you. You have some cool like art and pop art and like you got a lot of good stuff back there, it looks
Yeah.
like.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure
Okay, sorry.
I'm pretty sure you've seen this movie before, right?
I
SPL with
can't.
Donnie Yen.
Oh yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a lot of good stuff.
that's one of my favorites, all-time favorites with Donnie and Samo there.
Uh, that's a good one. Sorry to creep, but you got some good stuff. And
No,
it
no,
was
no
lovely.
problem. No problem. It's fully displayed for people to creep on, so it's all
Yeah.
good.
Okay. It was lovely chatting with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amy.
All right. Take care.
You too.